Hello, podcast fans, and welcome to another episode of the Latino Business Report. I'm your host, J.R. Gonzales. Last Friday night at Globe Life Field, home of the Texas Rangers, I was watching me some baseball. Thanks to an invitation from Coca-Cola, I was watching the game from their suite. In recognition of Hispanic Heritage Month, Texas Ranger Baseball Club did something a bit different and out of the box. My two guests today, Stephanie Gaytan and Jose Garcia, were the ones who pitched this out-of-the-box idea to the front office. The idea was to give away custom-designed heritage jerseys to the first 15,000 people through the gates. Despite some initial resistance, Jose and Stephanie knocked it out of the park. Their promotional giveaway had Latino and Latina fans lined up outside the stadium hours before the gates even opened. Thanks to Jose's idea and Stephanie's support, Major League Baseball is now taking a second look at the power of the Latino market.
Welcome to the Latino Business Report. This podcast covers business, people, and issues of the day from a Latino perspective. The Latino Business Report is brought to you by TAMAC, the Texas Association of Mexican American Chambers of Commerce. TAMAC is the leading Hispanic business organization in Texas since 1975. Now for your host, J.R. Gonzales.
And welcome. And today we have two guests with us. It's going to be Stephanie Gaytan and Jose Garcia. These two young people impressed me last week when I was up in Dallas, Texas, attending the Rangers baseball game. These two young people are actually a part of their marketing team of Texas Ranger Baseball Club. Stephanie, Jose, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Stephanie, how are you?
Great. Can't complain.
All right. Hey, guys, I just want to say, first of all, congratulations on a job well done. And for the listening audience, last Friday, I was in Dallas. I was invited by Coca-Cola to be in their suite to watch Texas Rangers baseball, the American pastime. And it was Mexican Heritage Night?
Correct, yes.
Mexican Heritage Night, followed by Hispanic Heritage Night the following day. Now, Jose, Stephanie, I have a question. As we look at that, and first of all, great job. I want to talk about that, but I was impressed. But why do a Mexican Heritage Night and then a Hispanic Heritage Night? Why not just combine them both?
That's a great question. I think, for us Latinos and Hispanics, it's a pretty obvious answer. I think, this country has gotten away with putting everyone in a box and kind of labeling one size fits all type of situation. And here at the Rangers, it was a goal of mine to make sure that wasn't the case and kind of identify everyone. Obviously, I would love to have Argentinian night, a Salvadorian night, Guatemalan night, so on and so forth. But we're taking our first steps and hopefully we can grow to that. But we saw, our support and our fan base. And here in the DFW, over 80% of the Hispanics that live here are of Mexican descent. So it was just an obvious first step for us to have Mexican Heritage Night and kind of parse that out. Having Hispanic Heritage Night and including everyone else on the day after was something very important to us as well. We have a lot of players from different backgrounds, Cuba, Dominican Republic, for just to name a few, and honoring them on the field as well as our fan base that are Puerto Rican and so on and so forth is a very important aspect to us. And, that's kind of why there was 2 days. But yeah, that's
okay.
Kind of the short story.
That makes sense. So if Jose, it was up to you, you would have a Mexican night, a Puerto Rican night, a Dominican night, 22 different nights of celebrating Latino culture.
Absolutely. I mean, to me, it's very important to understand the uniqueness of each one. And it's definitely each one has the reason to be honored. Each one has its reasons to have its own pride, everyone else has their own traditions. Everyone has their own likes and everything. And I would love to be able to honor those.
All right.
here at the Rangers one day.
Not to mention, JR, both Jose and I are both proudly Mexican. So we had to give our own
a little
people
bias there. Okay.
the
That's all right.
hint, you
So am I.
know?
So am I. That's all right. Okay. Now, Stephanie, you've been with the club a little bit longer, right? You've been with them for about 4 years.
Correct. Yes. I'm
Now,
wrapping up my 4th season.
you're wrapping up your 4 seasons, Jose. You've been with 2, and I know I've been to several of these games on traditionally Hispanic Heritage Night. And this is the first time I've seen a Mexican night. Now, you guys did some unique things during for Mexican night, and you actually had to talk your bosses into it. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I will start us off, but Jose is going to steal the show on this one. So Jose is on our marketing team directly, and I definitely collaborate with our marketing team, but I'm specifically on our corporate partnerships team. So we tag team a lot of different projects and, Mexican Heritage Night, Hispanic Heritage Night, and really just bringing representation to the Hispanic and Latino community for the Rangers and for our fans are both a huge passion of both Jose and I. So it was important for both of us to, like he said, make that distinction. But this year, something that we did that no other team to our knowledge has done is do a gate giveaway at the scale that we did it. So first 15,000 fans in the ballpark for Mexican Heritage Night were able to get a free Mexican Heritage Night jersey. So, it's a replica jersey, and Jose can take all the credit for the design. So I'll let him speak to that element of it. But we had people lined up.
Before we get there, okay, let me emphasize that 15,000 giveaway jerseys.
Yes.
Has any other league given away a gate giveaway that big?
Yes, not for Mexican Heritage Night. We usually do that. We usually do that for like bobbleheads and blankets and stuff like that. But yeah, usually the Heritage Nights are usually reserved for special event tickets, which are kind of limited around 1,000 to 2,000 tickets. It's kind of what is seen as like, if anyone has ever come to the ballpark and done, Star Wars night, then that's kind of that situation where you buy a special ticket and you go pick up your specific Star Wars bobblehead.
Did you have any resistance from the higher ups in doing something like this?
Oh, did we?
I think
we won't mention any names. But did they think it wasn't going to work or what?
I think there's a little bit of a hesitation in the front office. When you're doing anything brand new, there's obviously going to be some hesitation, and it's not lost on me. Having some young 26-year-old coming in saying that this grand thing is going to work and trust him is not the biggest thing, not the easiest thing to kind of get on board on. And for me, in my position, being the multicultural marketing coordinator, there's, when I got interviewed, there was a conversation about, if you were in this position now, what would you do differently? And to our team and the organization's credit, I was very honest, and I wrote out I had a long list. We should be doing this. 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 And they were very receptive. And obviously I'm here. So they were willing to bring me in and have some very uncomfortable conversations at the beginning. So, I think, when you're investing as much money as you are in coming up with something like 15,000 giveaways, which not only did we do 15,000 giveaways, but we did 5,000 special event tickets on top of those giveaways. So we did 5,000 hats that matched those jerseys, which tied the biggest special event item, marker that we have here at the Texas Rangers.
Okay, so Jose, you new on board at 26 years old was telling the head office you need to do this, this, and this, and they actually listened to you.
Yes, and credit to them, and credit to a bunch of people in our organization that championed that. They're definitely not just going to listen to the coordinator. There had to be some people on my team that were like, "Hey, let's give this kid a chance. Let's actually see if what he's saying is true." And
okay,
credit to them.
What happened? I know the gates opened at what, 5?
The gates opened at 5.
You're advertising be one of the first 15,000. God dang, man, what's that hold? How much does that stadium hold? How many people?
A little over 40,300.
Okay, well, so your first 15,000, you get a free Mexican Heritage replica jersey.
Yep.
Okay, so what happened?
At about 1:30, I got a text message from one of our friends in DNC, which is our food partner here. And I guess he was walking by the north entrance, and he said, "Have you seen the line?" And I said, us being in the office, we don't have a clear sight to the entrance. I said, "What line? What are you talking about?" And he just sent me a picture of the plaza, in which there was already a line forming at 1 p.m. And I was telling everyone, I was really bullish and very confident in this night and how well it was going to do. But after, there's a certain point, no matter how confident you are, there's a little doubt in there. There's a little doubt,
Sure.
like, is it going to work? Is this really
So by
gonna be
1 o'clock, people were lining up to try to get one of those 15,000 trophies. And the gates didn't open till 5.
Correct.
Wow.
And JR, I'll jump in here real fast to say, not in playoff contention for this year. So there's maybe an alternative reason that people were lining up so early outside the gates. And again, just huge credit to all the people that made it happen. But Jose designed it. He had the vision for it. And we had to get, the people who understood why the design was what it was to back it up in the lead time, in the production, in the final proofing, in order to make it what it was and to have the turnout that we did.
Okay. So I got to ask, how long did it take before you were just out of the 15,000?
Yeah, so that actually happened at different times at different entrances. But overall, it seems like we were completely sold out within an hour of the gates opening, which is definitely not something that is normal, no matter what we're giving away, no matter what day it is. That is not a normal occurrence at all. And yeah, about an hour into gates opening, it seems like we were out almost at all entrances.
Wow. Okay, I just know I live in Austin, Texas, and when I heard giveaway, I'll admit, so I was there early, and I was fortunate to get one of the jerseys. So very cool jerseys. The unfortunate part, Jose, you didn't make them in my size. I'm a big guy, so we're gonna have to work on that next year. Or, you know what? Better yet, why don't you just have a special one made for me and just go ahead and add my name to the back?
I love it.
Cool. But
I'll
no,
see what I can do.
Okay. Well, guys, kudos for you for a couple of young Latinos of Mexican descent, as you proudly say, which you have every right to. Came up with an idea and talked the home office of a Major League Baseball team into doing something different that they've never done before. That is cool. Now then, so what's next? I mean, you guys pulled this off. You surprised everybody. So what did the front office say when they saw the results and all the long lines?
My senior vice president has been here 26 years and started as an intern. And as he was walking around, he came back over to where our offices are. And he said, I haven't seen a line like that since 2016 when we made the playoffs. So just to hear the recognition of it, I think was the most encouraging aspect of me or for me. And it's something that we heard, resoundingly throughout the day and throughout the evening.
So does Texas Rangers Baseball Club maybe have a better understanding of the power of the Latino market?
Yeah, definitely. I think we saw it in multiple facets this year, not just in Mexican Heritage Night. Obviously, Mexican Heritage Night was probably the overarching most successful and most powerful version of that. But this year we definitely hit some milestones. We had the first ever official mariachi band for any baseball team. So we have the official Texas Rangers mariachi band this year.
You have your own mariachi group.
Correct. So they were out here about 14 or 15 times this season, as well as we created an event called Viva Tejas that we have one Saturday out of every month, where we have food, we have tacos, birria, paletas, micheladas, all out in the plaza, pupusas. And we have our mariachi band perform for 30 minutes.
Now, is pupusas really Mexican? I mean, really?
It isn't for Mexicans. This one is actually our Viva Tejas. Yeah, it is Salvadorian.
Okay, all right.
Our Viva Tejas event is centered around the Hispanic community. So we wanted to make sure we incorporated Hispanic pride throughout the year and not just wait till Hispanic Heritage Month, hence why it's once a month. And we did that with a number of different ways, like music. We had a cumbia band. We were talking about having a salsa class here. Obviously the food pairings changed throughout the whole time. And it was a resounding success throughout the year. And having that here at the ballpark, creating an atmosphere at the ballpark in which our Hispanic fan base can come feel welcome was a resounding, like I like to say, a resounding W for the year. On top of the fact that some other wins were, we had our first ever Spanglish spot go out, which went out to general market, not just Spanish
a bilingual
market.
spot.
Yes.
Yep.
It was written with the intention of being in Spanglish. So we produced that and wrote that with our Hispanic agency, Dieste, and they were awesome. And we came up with the tagline, Nuestro home is tu home. And we put that out during Hispanic Heritage Month, but with the intention that at this point we felt like we definitely have a lot more work to do, but we did enough to put that out confidently and say, hey, we are creating an atmosphere here at the ballpark for you to feel at home, for you to feel like we are, greeting you and making you feel comfortable here at the ballpark. One thing that I don't want to go lost in all of the Mexican Heritage Night stuff that was happening, we also had Baile Folclórico performers out, a local dance group here in Arlington, as well as we had micheladas available. And the funny story about the micheladas, they are also a vendor at Viva Tejas, which happened the day after on Hispanic Heritage Night. And they made 800 micheladas for both Friday and Saturday. They blew through all 800 on Friday before the fifth inning. They were completely sold out. So,
how come they made so few?
Yeah, I mean, just to show you that is not a normal occurrence here at the ballpark. Micheladas have been a goal for me since I've started here to get as a staple here in the ballpark, and we were able to bring in a local vendor that lives here locally, and they make their own mix. They have shrimp and everything. He has his own little secret going, and
wow.
Yeah, he has his own stand in the ballpark.
So next year you're going to have more of those, right? More of
Absolutely.
those.
We're working on it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And you also had a singer, I forget what inning that was, singing what God Bless America in her mariachi traje.
Correct. Yes.
She sang the anthem as well.
And a shout out, I think that was Norma Rocha Valles that did that.
Mm-hmm.
Norma did a good job. You look good out there. And as far as the trajes, I heard rumor, Jose, that you designed the mariachi traje.
Yeah, I will defer credit as well to Cole, our art director, as well. Me and him kind of got together with the leader of the mariachi group and kind of were, we wanted it to be authentic. The last thing I wanted it to do was turn it into a costume. And I think that's very easy when you're trying to do something, branded and, that's a little out of the box. I wanted it to pay homage to not only the state, but the culture. So working with the leader, he really helped us in like, hey, this is traditionally what kind of more or less we would see. And then Cole and I kind of rangerfied it, so to speak. And he kept me honest in keeping it kind of all in sync in one theme, but we went with kind of the state pride theme, and you'll see the state shape on their sombreros. You'll see the state shape on their arms. You'll see the state flag on their belt buckle.
Cool.
Yeah. So, and they're all red, which definitely something I wanted to do is I wanted them to stand out and I wanted it to look different. When you saw them, I wanted you to be able to see that's the Texas Rangers mariachi band right there.
And how many other Major League Baseball teams have their own mariachi band?
None. The Dodgers do have a presence of a mariachi band pretty consistently. I believe they do a Taco Tuesday thing, but for the mariachi band specifically, I believe they rotate their band. It was really important for us to get a group here in the DFW that was local at the same time, create a partnership where we could really integrate them in the Ranger family and really do a lot of things that are maybe out of the ordinary. Having the custom of working with the same band, you can start to do little tricks here and there. And I would love for you to hear their rendition of Guns N' Roses when you have a chance to come out to the ballpark next season.
Okay, Guns N' Roses, seriously.
Seriously, they do a
All right.
great job. And they also pulled off a Don't Stop Believin', which funny enough, I wasn't here for that game. But when I entered for work the next day, I had like 5 people come up to me and be like, they didn't know Don't Stop Believin' last night. Can you did you know they could do that? And it was just awesome to see, any way that the culture can
mariachi
kind of,
is versatile. I've actually heard a
exactly.
mariachi group, Sol de Mexico, do New York, New York,
I
Exactly.
love
and
it.
do Beach
Yeah.
Boys songs.
And the band that we have, they pride themselves on being versatile and dynamic. They have a equal amount of women as men members, and with that they feel like they can do a lot of different things, and they do. They're an awesome band.
Well, if I know the Latino community, if they had 1 or 2 women, the women would be running the group anyway. So let's be realistic about that. All right, guys, we're almost out of time. Before we go, I just want to say once again, congratulations. I mean, 2 young Latinos over there making a difference and moving the needle. I have to ask, what did head office say afterwards?
Yeah, I'll go first on this one. For my role specifically, more on the business development side at the corporate and brand level, I'm in a revenue generating capacity, right? So to see the response that we saw and get the feedback that we did from everybody in the front office, from my senior vice president to Jose's boss, our vice president of marketing, texts were flying to our ownership group. There were videos being sent around. And for us, that's how we grow our fan base. That's how we modernize the sport. That's how we get younger. That's how we diversify our fan base. And all of those components are really the driving force between a lot of what Jose and I have been collaborating on. So from the partnership lens, that's really exciting for us. It opens up entirely new revenue streams and opportunities. And it's just the confidence factor, right? That what we're doing matters, and that everybody here, the entire community sees us, hears us. And now we're saying, hey, we see you too. We hear you too.
Great. Jose, how did it affect your department?
It was great. I mean, I there's a lot of people coming up to me in the past couple of days saying congratulations and what an awesome opportunity. But there's also been conversations about how we're already going to do next year. So that's an amazing sign, for somebody to come and go out of their way to start having the conversations about what the plans are for next year. When we just are not even through this year, that's a great sign for what's to come and how it was received. So for me, it was an awesome thing to see, and obviously because it was something that kind of came out of my head and something that I was so passionate about. It was a surreal experience seeing that line as long as it was on Friday, and seeing the overwhelming support of Nuestra Gente that were there on Friday. So super appreciative of everyone that gave me a congratulations in the office. But yeah, it was an awesome and overwhelming.
Well, once again, congratulations to both of you. And Jose, I just want to know, a reminder, I drove 4 hours from Austin to Dallas, okay, to get a jersey that didn't fit. All right. So we're going to have to work on that next time. There's some of those full figured boys out here.
Yeah.
Need a fuller cut.
I think funny enough, next year there is some talks about increasing the amount in which we would increase the amount. I think the sizes would also be able to scale out. For those people that don't know, if for gate giveaways, there are only 2 sizes available, no matter if it was on Friday or any other gate giveaway. If it's a t-shirt or anything, XLs and mediums are the 2 standard sizes that get ordered.
But we got you,
why,
JR.
but we got you, JR.
Because I want to file a discrimination suit against the Rangers about all the Major League Baseball. There are some bigger people than just XL. Let's add another X on there.
Yeah.
Okay, but Stephanie, I heard you back. Thank you very much. You got my back. I heard it from you. All right, I'm going to hold you to it. Guys, anything you want to leave the listeners before you leave? A plug, what's going on?
Yeah, follow Los Rangers, all of our Spanish platform accounts. Follow Texas Rangers on all platforms, TikTok included. We have a really funny social media team. And I think just keep your eye out. Stay tuned. There's much more to come for us.
Look at Steph doing my job. One of the things that I would like to add is just assuring the people out there, is specifically the Hispanic people out there and the Latino people out there, that there are people on the inside working in these organizations, and they do see you and they do hear you. And even at the league level, sometimes we wish things were a lot easier to get over the hump and get cleared, but there are a lot of people fighting the good fight, and it's just sometimes it takes some time. But I just want to assure people that I've seen it firsthand and across the league, that there are a lot of people internally trying to do some great things for their respective organizations. And I just want to assure people, the good fight is being fought.
We're out here.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much. It's good to see some young people such as yourself to pick up the sword and keep the fight going. Let us old guys relax.
Well, thank
folks,
you,
you've been
J.R.
listening to the Latino Business Report. I'm your host, J.R. Gonzales, and we've had Stephanie Gaytan and Jose Garcia, two young Latinos with the Texas Rangers Baseball Club, doing some amazing things, breaking the glass ceiling, if you will, changing norms, making baseball, as we all know, is not only a great American pastime, but, we have a lot of Latinos that are great Americans, so it's our pastime too. If you haven't listened to Latino Business Report before, you can find us on your favorite podcast app and check out our website at latinobusinessreport.com. I'm proud to say that to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, we are dropping more episodes, about 2 a week, and we've also transferred our entire library to YouTube. So you can now listen to the Latino Business Report on YouTube. With that, folks, I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye, and we'll catch you next time.